Hello, everyone. This is John Savage with Unwind Financial, and just here to bring a tip of encouragement, hopefully a few words of inspiration to let you know not to stop on the journey. So this video is titled "Beauty in the Midst of Chaos." So again, this is beauty in the midst of chaos. So I'm a financial counselor, certified financial health counselor. My wife, she's busy right now, but she does holistic biblical counseling. She's an excellent listener and encourager. But right now, we'll do another video together. But just real quick, wanted to encourage you, everyone who are maybe business owners, single fathers, single mothers, especially with the men who many times they carry a lot of weight, but it's unspoken. Just want to encourage you when you're dealing with starting a business or starting over with the business, just dealing with financial challenges and setbacks. I've dealt with them and disappointments after working very hard, getting funding, all kinds of stuff I've dealt with and working really hard. And sometimes in life, you deal with things that you just don't know what's going to happen, right? There's variables we're dealing with. Right now, we're dealing with so many different systemic effects of the economy based on people making decisions in key places for regardless of the reasons. We as the people, as a majority in this country, in the United States, we have to deal with the effects of those, and also just life itself, right? And so you have different things that happen. Sometimes you have people on your team, you're working on projects, and they make poor decisions. They don't communicate. They even shut down. And sometimes it could be easy to shut down, especially for a lot of men. And so I just want to encourage all of you, because in the midst of darkness, and I've dealt with that, and heaviness, life, sometimes you feel like things are just spinning and you have multiple things you're trying to juggle, and you don't know how to juggle all of them without something falling and breaking. And everything to you is precious, especially when it comes to your family. Don't think it's all on you or you've done something wrong. So many things have happened in our society. Things have been accelerated. The dollar, it takes 4 or 5 times, 10 times in some cases to purchase the same thing or more than it used to. And so I focus on how to help people right where they're at, meeting their needs, encouraging them with whether it's budgeting, knowing how to budget, save, how to cut expenses, looking at blind spots in their life with their finances, spending habits, or other things they might be dealing with. But I just want to encourage you, no matter what you're going through, don't beat yourself up when you're dealing with dark times and you're going through things that are heavy, things you can't explain. And even the spiritual atmosphere, we're spirit being, body, soul, and spirit. And there's different levels and dimensions to those and who we are as a people, as a race, as beings. And so just want to encourage you guys to, anybody who's listening or who may watch this video later, don't give up on your dreams. Don't give up on your pursuits and whatever. For those of you who know that God has called you to something, your job is just to do your part and to give your best, the best you can. And that's all you can do. But it's God's job to see that through and to take what you've done with that, what you've sown and what you've toiled in the soil. He's the one to add the increase. We do our best, but then once you've done your best, you have to let it rest and give it to him to take care of the rest. And so I just want to encourage you guys. I've dealt with things at times, even this year, I've had to deal with things that disappointments and things that I thought were going to happen, even turn around faster and not get an answer from someone who said, yeah, I'm going to be right there, I can help you. And then they totally go dark again. I know many people have had that. I can't explain that for them. You know, I take my words very seriously. I can't always fix or solve a problem that I would love to solve for everybody around me. I wish I could, but I'm not God. But one thing I can do is give my best with what I do have. And I want to encourage all of you, wherever you're at, whether you're on customer service, working from home, whether you have 5 kids, you're a single father, single mother with 5 kids, a business owner where things seem to be going great. And then right at the point of breakthrough, you were let down and things happen. I've had that happen a couple of years ago, and I've been trying to push back since with a special project that's very precious to me. Sometimes you don't know why, but you have to keep going anyway. I have kids I have to keep going for. My wife I have to keep going for. And I just want to encourage all of you that I take from what my own experiences that I've had to walk through with life, not just what I learned in college, not what was textbook, because there's a lot of things, the textbooks, they're outdated, but life is always constant. Life is always bringing something new every day. Textbook, you can learn, that can be changed. Things are changed in the industries, even what used to work or what you may have been graded on before now doesn't even matter in cases in business and life. But I want to encourage you guys that no matter what, don't give up. Don't give up on your dreams. Keep pursuing things you don't know what to do. Don't worry about what you don't know. Focus on what you do know and do what you can with what you do know. Start somewhere. And as you continue forward, things will light the way. There will be things lit up. God will put more things in your path, people in your path. And then there's a no. Sometimes we don't have an answer for things in life and why they've happened and how they happen the way they happen. And that can be very discouraging. It'd be very disappointing, even with working very hard in your finances and trying to do all you can do and knowing you've done all you can and what you were told to do and you have this career path. I've seen some where things have worked out very well in one area, but in other areas have had a constant disappointment. I've seen it with different areas of life. It doesn't matter who you are and what you have or don't have. But I want to encourage you, especially for those who are in the middle with our society right now. And it is the middle market, as one of the pastors said that some years ago, he said, if you're in the middle, get out. If you have debt, get out. And I agree with that. And it is not an easy thing to do. Mortgage, for example, it feels like a death grip, and many people are dealing with that. And not just with mortgages, but with mortgage, it means death grip. And that's exactly what it means. Why is it named mortgage? Being real, right? So people spend 30 years. Remember when I first saw some paperwork in insurance, I was in one of the rooms training and reading, and I was like, there's no way that this bank is charging this person an extra $150,000 on this loan. And I was told, yeah, no, that's right. And when I saw that, I was like, are you kidding me? So people are dealing with finances and struggles and challenges. And when it comes down to it, truth be told, there's a lot of people who don't care about you like you, particularly companies. Companies are in it to make the money and to keep it moving. There's those who will only go so far with you when you're dealing with challenges. They'll think something's wrong with you. They'll judge you just because of your capabilities. Forget what your capabilities are. Your capabilities can only get you so far. But we're in this together. Sometimes things work out very well. Sometimes they don't work out as planned. You can do all the calculations. I've spent 16, 18-hour days working on a startup project and going to work full time and then still doing some other work with my other business part-time with attorneys. It was some long hours. I had fun, but it started to take a toll after some time because I was pushing and pushing, but the fruit that I needed to bear wasn't happening the way it was in a particular area. I had some major letdown. I was doing my part, my business partner, but we had some disappointments, and that hurt because it started to trickle into my personal finances as well, for my own family. And yes, I had strategy, knew how to do some things, but hey, when you don't have hundreds of thousands of dollars to work with and you're like, okay, it's getting a little tight, I'm stretching, that can be very tough. But then the question is, what do you do when you have tough times? What do you do when you're depressed? What do you do when you're down? What do you do when you're discouraged? What do you do when someone says you're not doing this? Your parents, your friends, or family, or someone else, they come to you that you don't even know. I've had people who were very arrogant, and I think it was just their own insecurities. And meeting with the guy one time and totally disrespected my time. And I had something I wanted to share with him just a little bit, just to see how he was going to respond to it. But I never shared that information with him on opportunity because he didn't understand the vessel that was standing before him. There's a lot of people who don't understand that you're a vessel that's been sent by God, created by God, and fashioned for a purpose, a time, and a season. Joseph, I've been studying back on Joseph again. Think about Joseph. God gave him a word before his teen years, done. By the time he was 17, he's thrown in a pit. So he goes from where he's feeling elevated, he's feeling good, he's got these dreams from God. His father gave him this coat of many colors. There was something special about Joseph, right? And he was the youngest one, the last child he had before he ended up having a child later. But Joseph went through some tough times. He was given a dream. He had this vision, multiple dreams God gave him. But between the here and there, the when and the how, he didn't know that. But he was living it out he was literally living it out, being in Potiphar's house and then being brought low. But even being brought low, he had favor because things could have been much worse when he was down there in the dungeon for over 2 years. And, to accuse of something he didn't do. Many of us have been accused of things we didn't do, or accused of being something we're not, information that was partial information, twisted, and all these different things, right? So many people have gone through different things. And when I do financial counseling with people, I hear the stories, I hear the challenges, I even hear the despondency. People who've worked very hard, people who've gone back to school to get another degree, those who have PhDs, and they're dealing with situations where they're pouring out to students and everybody else. But at the same time, it's like, what in the world is going on? Why don't I have access to this? Why don't I have access to that? So I try to educate people with what I do know. And it also takes a little bit of my experience to connect with everybody I work with, to encourage them, to let them know, hey, you're not in this alone. Hey, you can do this. There's more to you than you might feel like. There's even more to you than you even see. A lot of people don't always see what they truly have inside of them. And it's okay, because God has created us to be in fellowship and community with each other. No one does anything by themselves. No one does anything by themselves. Just remember that. There are some people who have great abilities, and their mind is so lucid and clear, and they're able to just remember and do and build a lot of things on their own. But truth be told, all of us can do those things to some degree in our calling, in our area. We're not to be like someone else. We're called to be the best version of who we're called to be. So I just want to encourage you guys today. If you need help with financial situations, dealing with credit, debt, just even dealing with business challenges, and you're trying to figure out how to save a business, and maybe there's ways you can cut expenses that'll open up some profit margins for you. Maybe there's an area where you need to pivot, or maybe you need to cut something off completely from your business because you're taking on too much. You need to simplify it. And in the simplification, your message gets real clear. And then those who come across what you have to offer, whether a product or service, doesn't matter. Now they get your message. Now it's clear. Now they understand, and they're like, that's the person I need. That's the person I need to talk to. So if you're a mom on your own, maybe the dad has left, maybe your family's just been hard on you, maybe they're discouraging you because they're like, just get a job. What is just get a job? Don't worry about that. You do what you can to make ends meet within reason. Don't ever sell yourself short. Don't ever sell your body. Don't ever just give away your intellect. Don't give your pearls before swines, because there are many people in the world that are also desperate. And when it comes to tough times, they'll take advantage of someone else in order to get ahead themselves. So don't ever discount or disvalue what you have and who you are and what you have to offer to this world. Okay. I don't care if you got a cleaning business. Cleaning businesses are very lucrative, and we need cleaning businesses now more than ever. If you're running a daycare, if you're starting a school, whether it's online or actual school you're starting, and you need the right team in place, those who want to teach and focus on teaching and not focus on politics and foolishness, then you be that person to trailblaze in that community, in that area. And then maybe you duplicate that. So whatever you're called to do, if you're dealing with the startup, there's a lot of startups where people have disappointment. Some have gone gung-ho, too happy, and think, okay, I'm going to put stuff in place and I'm going to make this look good. Don't focus on looking good. Focus on being good. Focus on delivering something that has great value and that'll deliver results for people, that'll produce fruit. You want something that's a seed that will produce fruit and continue producing fruit after its own kind. Okay. And so just want to encourage you guys. I'm here with Unwind Financial. If you need anything, if you need insurance reviews, I like to do those as well to just identify if there's any risk. It's just like in life, right? We have blind spots, but sometimes when we're going through things, sometimes we make decisions that we ought not make. People in divorce, people dealing with catastrophic events, losing their home, or with the hurricanes, the floods. There's so much that's happening. So I'm here. You can go to the website, unwindfinancial.org, if you want to learn more about my services and you want to sign up. If there's a particular service where there's not a fee up, but you have a question about something I might be able to do for you, then email me. I'll be happy to talk to you. I'll be happy to find out more about what you're doing. But yeah, I'm here. My name's John Savage. My wife is Leah Savage. And you can find out about her bio and the services she offers strictly for women on the website. But we're here to encourage people in these tough times, and even when there's even dark times, we're here to walk with you through your finances, with your business, through making decisions that can affect your finances, that can affect your family, or when you're walking through trauma. And that's one of the things that's big about this is with this talk is people have gone through a lot of trauma. And so just really just want people to recognize that don't give up when you've gone through it. And it's easier said than done. So that's why we created Unwind Financial, because it's to bring hope, to bring something different, and not just, oh, it's an opportunity to do some financial coaching and tell people what we know. It's not about what we know. It's about how we can help you and walk with you, encourage you. But many times it's helping you discover what's inside of you. So then you can turn around and do the same thing for others as you bloom in whatever you're called to do and being the best version of you. If you're a teacher, you don't want to be thinking about finances and personal situation and how that's affecting you financially or otherwise and feel like you're out there alone, because you're not alone. We're here to help. We're here to be a support, to give you some nuggets of wisdom, help you create action plans, help you with setting goals or walking through your goals. You need someone just to stick with you and journaling and counseling. My wife is really good at that. Then ladies, you can talk to my wife. She's someone that is very confidential with what she does, obviously, but she takes seriously about the heart of the matter and how you are doing. Because if you're not doing well, the work that you're setting your hands to isn't going to be to the extent and to the volume, the quality that it could be if you're not doing well. And that's the same thing with men. If you're down, discouraged, feeling despondent, feeling hopeless, and you've had disappointment after disappointment, I've had many disappointments. I've had all kinds of stuff I've had to deal with from what people say, but it don't matter what people say. And sometimes you're going to deal with those things, right, as men, and they can be very tough. And there's even stigmas that men deal with, whether you're black, white, Hispanic, it don't matter. There's all kinds of things we all deal with, and we have to overcome in at one point or another in our life. It's just how we deal with those things matter. And it's not always easy. Those who tell you it's easy, just read a book. Life is not a book. Your life is like a book in action, in motion, but just grabbing a book doesn't solve a problem. America has tons of books, and we also have more problems than ever as well. There's a reason for that. We need people who are going to really be there for people, who are going to be real, who are going to be genuine, who are not going to manipulate and just serve or try to take advantage of them and act like they're there for them, but they're not. Unwind Financial is really here to help you and give you the best we can, depending on your situation and your need. If we're here, we can help you, and you see our services can benefit. You can go online, fill out the intake form, the payment information, everything is all set up there. If you still have questions about the service and what we offer, if we're able to help or not, then hey, send me an email, info@unwindfinancial.org. That's info@unwindfinancial.org. But I just want to encourage all of you who have gone through financial traumas anyway, just to sum this up, and deal with financial challenges and heaviness in life. Don't let that cloud the beauty of what's around you. In all of this, I'd say, don't let it cloud the beauty in all this that's around you, but also that's inside of you. Sometimes our soul gets really weary and can be dark and heavy. People act it out in different ways. There's many people who have the funds, they'll mask it. Others talk about themselves all the time. They love to talk about themselves. Whatever the reason, we cope differently, right? But at the end of the day, you have to shed the darkness by focusing on the light. And sometimes you need someone to walk with you to do that in your business, in your finances, in your family. Whatever you're working on, whatever you're called to do. So if you need help, you need some encouragement, hope this video helps in some way, shape, or form. We'll be doing a lot more on areas when it comes to trauma and money and how people are affected and how they've been devastated, but how they can bounce back even after divorces, which can be contentious, as I've helped a lot of people, and some it can be very amicable. Or you've had someone embezzle in your business. I've had people shut down that I was going to work with and didn't hear from them for months. That was hard for me because I'm excited on my end, but then they're dealing with something and they cope differently, which was they're just shutting the world out cold turkey. You don't want to do that either, because that affects you in the long run, the opportunities that can be before you, but also at the same time, it's shutting down and having a habit of shutting down and coping or spending money every time things don't go well. It puts you in debt, it costs you more, and you lose opportunities that you didn't know right in front of you. So I would say just thank you for taking the time to listen today. Hope you got something out of this, and just keep your head up, keep moving forward. Speak life over yourself. If you read scriptures over yourself. Sometimes it's not easy. Sometimes you just need to take a walk. You need to be silent and wait to hear what God says to you to encourage your soul. Go hang out with a friend, someone you know who's going to be a confidant that they'll walk with you. They don't have to have the answers. We don't always have to need or have an answer for everything. We just need someone to walk with us. And sometimes that is the answer in being in the moment with you. So if you have any questions, you want to know more about our services, who we are, want to work with us, then check us out at unwindfinancial.org. Thank you so much. Have a blessed day, and I look forward to helping you unwind in life itself. Thank you. Have a great day.